We have here a 2010 Volkswagen Jetta TDI, and one of the local car lots bought it at auction. You can kind of see some auction related stuff, stickers still on the window, and they have a complaint that the glow plug light is flashing. There are no drivability problems with it. I have road tested it. The glow plug light is flashing, and let's do some checks and see what it needs. And there's our light flashing. Check engine light's on also. Saved a code scan on this 2010, and it has a trouble code 001348, sensor for exhaust temp bank 1. I'm sorry, I better read that correctly. Sensor 1 for exhaust temp bank 1, G235 or P0544. Has a shows that it has 2 faults, but it just has 2 instances of the same code. If I scroll down here, it has a second instance of the same code. There are 4 of those sensors on this car, 4 exhaust temp sensors. Whenever you do one of these, there's a lot of confusion on which sensor to change. I think there was even some technical publications that showed the wrong sensor. So the best thing to do is to unplug the sensors and make sure you're changing the right one. With regards to diagnosing it, I think I would substitute a resistor in there and see if it changes the reading on the scan tool. If it does, then most likely the sensor needs to be replaced. There's also a magic number. I think it's 930. If it shows 930 degrees Celsius, it's almost always a shorted sensor, or an open sensor. It could be an open in the wire as well. So you kind of have to do some testing to be sure. Although I think the most common problem is an open in the sensor. So we'll do some quick checks and go from there. Okay, we'll take a look at the measuring blocks in order to look at the signal coming out of our exhaust gas temperature sensors. And from memory, I think it's 99 and 100. And as you can see there, it says temperature prior to turbocharger, and that says 930. That's the default when it's open. It goes to 930 degrees Celsius. And you can see all the other sensors are 36 degrees. It would be nice if VAGCOM would actually label these as the G239 number. You want to make sure you're changing the right sensor, so you want to unplug this sensor and see that there's no change. You want to unplug some other sensors to make sure that that one goes open, so that you know which sensor so that you know the sensor you're changing is the right one. I read about one story on the internet where a guy took his car to the dealer, and they changed for this trouble code. They changed 2 sensors. It didn't fix it. At that point, they recommended a new computer, and so the guy wasn't down for a new computer, so he took the vehicle home. I might be screwing the story up slightly, but then he waited months and then took it to a Volkswagen specialty shop, and the Volkswagen specialty shop changed the right sensor, and that fixed the problem. So nice job on that one, screwing that one up there, Mr. Dealership. So what we're going to do is we're going to unplug sensors to figure out which one for sure is showing this open signal. Well, our sensors are down here, very difficult to see. I have pulled a cover off right here in order to gain some access, but you can see, you can't see it with the camera, but you can see some of them down there, but 2 of them are down there really hard to get to. But luckily the wires come up here, and here's 2 of them right here, this orange one and this black one, and I'm going to unplug this orange one and see if that one affects our readings there. Okay, so our temperature prior to particulate filter went to 930. So that orange one is not the right one. So I'm going to plug this one back in. And we'll unplug this one. This one's a lot harder to get to here. Let me set the camera down. I'm trying to pull this thing out of the bracket so I can get to it a little bit better. I can't. Oh, there it goes. Okay, that one didn't change any of them. So since that one's at 930, I'd assume we have the right sensor there. That black one's probably the one we're after. And we'll jump a resistance into it and see if it changes our signal. And I think that'll be conclusive enough. If we jump a resistance in there and it changes our signal, then we can know for sure that that's going to fix it. So here's what I use. It's a variable resistor from an electronic supply place, and I've used this in other diagnosis videos before, and this fits it really well. It's not stretching it out or destroying it. It's about the same size as the prongs that go in there. And now that I have that in there, I can turn the knob on this and adjust the resistance. And I'll have Cortland do that while I video it. Cortland, can you give me a hand?
Yeah. I'll go while we're running twice.
Can you turn the variable resistor right there? Try not to move it too much to where it pulls out of the connector. Just turn it nice and slow from one direction. Okay. Now turn it back the other way. Okay, turn it back the other way. All right, so our resistance is changing. So that is the sensor we're after, and that does basically tell us that the wires are good. There's only 2 wires on that sensor, and if either one of them had a break or a open or a short in it, then the computer wouldn't be receiving the signal, and we're definitely able to change the signal and the computer's receiving it. So it needs a sensor. Well, here's our sensor brought in from Volkswagen, and there's the part number right there. I did some double checking to make sure it was the right part number. Hopefully it's right. Won't know till we get underneath it. But I gave Volkswagen the G235 number, and they said there was 2 options until they fished around a little bit, and then he was pretty sure it was that one. And I verified it with some information I saw on the internet. So what looks pretty much right. What I'm going to do is plug it in to our connector and see if the signal on the scan tool shows the same temperature as the other sensors. And that'll kind of confirm a fix before we go through the hassle of changing this thing, because it's kind of a bear to change. Here we are again, going to measuring blocks. What was it, group 99 and 100? Yeah, that's right. So here's our new sensor. Going to plug this thing in here. And our temperature went to 18. Doesn't match the other ones perfectly, but I bet you there's just a temperature difference. The original sensors, we drove the car in, so they've been exposed to hot exhaust, whereas the new sensors just sitting at ambient temperature. But let me unplug it real quick and see if that temperature changes. Yep, goes to 930. So I think this is going to fix it. I'll show you the underside of the car and how hard it is to change this thing. Well, I had Cortland take this apart, but I didn't do any videoing beforehand. But basically you have to take the Egr filter off. Egr filter runs from there to that hole right there. And you can see the sensor hanging there. Right there, it hangs. and it goes up in that hole right there, and it's a little bit hard to get out because there's not much room to spin it. You have to use a tool like this. This is what he used to take it apart, a crow's foot. I think that's just a Harbor Freight one. And that's what the Egr filter looks like, and it's got a little gasket here that goes on the pipe that it mates to, and this side has a gasket also, and there's the clamp that clamps this side and the bolts that hold that on. But basically just remove this Egr filter, and I think we pulled this off for some reason. We got one of those off up top also, but basically you just put that crow's foot up in there and spin it out. It was a lot harder than it looks, but we got it out, and after we get it back in, I'll show you the fix. Well, we've cleared the codes and test driven it, and our glow plug light hasn't started flashing, and check engine light hasn't come back on. Code has not reoccurred on a short drive, and in the measuring blocks here at 99 and 100 we see 192 degrees there, which is a little bit hotter than the others, but there's no guarantee those will be equal. They are at different spots in the exhaust system, so let's rev it up and see if it gets hotter. Yep. So I'm going to call this a fix. If you want to see more common rail Volkswagen diesel diagnosis videos, then like and subscribe. If you have any questions, comment down below. And visit my website at